guys, we're at the field here with the T1. We're gonna fly it, and I've already had some Maiden with it. I'm super excited to show you that Maiden and some exciting footage from my twin Maiden of the T1. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it up. I'm gonna do some line of sight flying with it, and then we're gonna do some FPV after that. And I'm gonna show you how well this one survived a durability test. Several durability tests. Here we go. All right, guys, this is the Maiden flight. May God be with us on this launch. I have no idea what's going to happen. We have DJI up front, and I hope that I have everything set up correctly. I'm going to try to do an underhand launch, and there's somebody way over there on the side of the field, so we're going to launch out this way off this hill. It's usually a good idea to launch off a hill for your first time. Hopefully everything is right, CG's right. I have a pretty big battery in here, like a 2650, so 3S, giving us quite a good power here. So I'm going to go ahead and launch. All right, okay. You know, as long as it's up there, that's good. It is a little squirrely. I could use some expo. I have 0 expo in it, and I'm flying it completely manual right now. So the rates feel a little bit high, and I knew that this plane would be way faster than the Flying Fish. But you know what? It's flying super smooth. I feel like I need to land it, put some expo in there, and goggle up, you guys, because we got DJI in there. Let's go. I'm gonna have to cram in a battery though, because I have an external XT30 on my CATX Vista riding up front, separate from the main battery. I mean, this thing could probably get a lot of flight time. I think I have like a 3S 3000 pack in this plane right now, so that might be the max size that you could get in there. But you see how fast this is, and I'm only on like half throttle here. I really thought that I might wing over into the ground. It's a little bit foggy up there, but I'm gonna come in for a landing. All right. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh no! All right, durability test. We're gonna try to put it back together and get it up in the air for some FPV. Terrible landing. All right, here we go. right, guys, welcome back from the flight test. That was kind of fun, right? This plane tracks extremely well. It also wants a little bit of expo in the controller, so make sure you do that. One of the things I noticed about 3S was it seemed pretty fast and powerful on 3S versus 2S. I did test it on 2S and it was a lot more mild. So if you're like a brand new newbie for FPV planes, I'd start out on a 2S battery up front. Maybe something like a 1300 2S would be good. I ran something as large as this battery today. This is an old Nanotech battery, and this is a 3000 milliamp battery. I could probably get like 20 minutes flight time out of this, and it looks huge up front, but you want to just move this battery all the way forward as front as you can. I think the good size is somewhere around a 2650 or even a 2200. A 2200 is probably the right size for this plane if you want like a long flight on 3S. Now this is a 730 millimeter wingspan. I have a spot up front for perfectly fitting my DJI Vista. I have my antenna on the side. You know, I had it hot glue, but it fell off. And I'm also running inside here that new ELRS plane receiver. So testing that again for you guys from Beta FPV. This thing is working out great. I love that long antenna on here, and I can get it outside the plane's fuselage to get the best signal. And I had no fail safes with this yet. And I've been using this for about a week and a half now. And yeah, it's working out great. Now, as far as the durability of this plane too, I got a comment on that. I'm missing an elevator, half of the section of the elevator back there. As you can see, my last and final landing on my FPV flight test, I came in what I thought was as slow as I could, but I was coming in pretty hot. And one of the reasons I was coming in super hot is because I'm using a heavy battery with mine, just to see how long of a flight time I could get with 3000 milliamp. And if you go lighter, if you go like a 2200, you're gonna probably be able to slow down quite a bit. But it almost like needs flaps on this plane because it's extremely fast. But I didn't have any real damage other than kind of getting some mud on the front end, just superficial stuff. I can put that elevator piece back on, but as far as the durability test goes, this foam is pretty tough, and it's EPP foam for FPV plane is nice for a smaller one. I also like the detail in the back. Check this out, really nice part, aluminum, CNC'd aluminum nut there for that carbon fiber tail boom. And you have one servo on the back here, but no rudder. And that's the other thing that I'd like to see about this plane. I really wish it had a rudder. The Flying Fish had a rudder. This one doesn't. So this one makes big banking turns, whereas the Flying Fish, I could turn really sharp and really fast using aileron and rudder together. So I would like to see that this one, maybe in the version 2, came with rudder. That would be super nice. You can get this one in 2 versions. You can get the kit or the PMP version. And that's kind of nice. The weight is around, the takeoff weight is around 350 grams. So this one's also over 250 grams. And adding something like a 3000 in there, it's going to be, you know, way higher. But they say you can fly all the way up to a 5000 pack. Man, I wouldn't put a 5000 pack in here if you made me. I just wouldn't fly a 5000 in there. That's just too much. But I like the design. We can take a little closer look at the motors here. They also included bi-blade props, which I think is cool. And these are 1404 3700 kV motors. And I believe these are quite punchier than the Flying Fish motors. And I like this kind of ABS molded plastic motor mount here. These survived really well. And in my flight test crash, this popped off. And this is nice because when this pops off, I was back and flying within like minutes because there's no wire going through here. So that was a lifesaver for anyone who's new, or say you have your maiden launch and you biff it. You know, you're not going to pull the wire out and break something in the wire. All the wires are contained inside here, and everything is labeled. It's labeled M, and you have another one for signal and LED in the very back right here, and they're opposite on this side. So when you're going to plug everything in, this will make your life easier if you use one of these.
This is a splitter, and they didn't include a splitter to get the motors in sync, which is kind of a pain. I saw another guy's video where he did mixing in the radio. You can mix it in the radio, but it's a pain. And I'm an experienced pilot, and I'll tell you what, motor mixing, two motors into two channels together, it can kind of create like a Maiden disaster. So you want to watch out for that. That can be kind of tricky. Just use that extra splitter wire here. It goes to one channel. One channel on my throttle channel, and you're good. So yeah, it'll fit. Pretty big battery in there. Don't go all the way up to 5,000 milliamp. I think that's crazy, but hopefully you enjoyed this review, and you can check this one out down in the link below. If you want something a little bit faster than the Flying Fish, I would grab this one. And I just think it's cool because it looks like, kind of looks like a larger style FPV plane, something like the My Twin Dreams shrunk down to like little tiny micro size plane with a 1404 motors. I think that's pretty cool. It would be more of a cruiser if you do it on 2S. So if you want more of a cruiser and a slower landing plane that's not going to come apart when you land, fly it on 2S. It'll slow way down. 3S, she hauls ass. But thanks again for hanging out, guys. You can check out the link below. I'm Justin Davis. Follow me on social media. Please subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.